Hello everyone, Tina here. I hope your day is going fantastic. Thanks so much for joining me for another 5 easy step card tutorial. Well, I have a very fun card to share with you today. We're going to be using a die set from Spellbinders. It's called Stitched Classic Pooh. So sweet. If you like stitching, this die set is so sweet. You can actually do like a slip stitch around here. There's no holes in the dies. Let me show you. There's no holes. So this is great for die cutting paper too. But Spellbinders has some amazing felt wool that would create some amazing little ornaments that would be just so sweet. Or even just some little gifts I think are adorable. So we're going to be making we're not going to be using felt today, we're going to be making some paper poos. That sounds so funny. But I think the card today is going to turn out really cute. I'm hoping it is. I'm bringing in my Distress Oxide inks. You can see my pile here. I thought we would do some die cut dipping and some ink smooshing. I'll leave a video at the end where I do die cut dipping. It's actually really fun. I think you guys will really enjoy this process. So let's jump in and get started with step number 1. And we're going to do some die cutting and create our focal point. Okay. I'm going to move my coffee cup. I'm actually having lots of coffee today. It's a coffee day. I need that little extra go-go juice. Okay, there's 2 dies that will cut out the base of Pooh because we're using paper, so I'm just going to cut the one that has the hole in the eye and the ear. And I'm using some Spellbinders beeswax cardstock for that. And then the arms and the legs, there's just 1 set, and I need 2 sets of that. For the honey, I want it to be a little bit lighter, so I have some lighter yellow cardstock. This is not Spellbinders. This is Paper Tray Inks yellow cardstock. It's a real pretty color. And then I have some darker yellow. This is Spellbinders Tuscan cardstock. And I'm going to cut out this little bumblebee piece that looks like a belt buckle. I have white cardstock. We're going to cut out the back of the honey piece. The honey pot piece, and then I have orange cardstock where we're going to cut out the piece that goes in the honey pot that says honey. And then I have brown cardstock for his little ear and nose. This is Spellbinders, this is Bellini. And I'm going to cut out my honey pot with this along with the lid. We're going to die cut all of it out. I have a little bumblebee and some black cardstock. The bumblebee is really easy to put together because it's the way Spellbinders designed it. I just love that. And then I have the bumblebee's wings. And I'm going to die cut it out with vellum, but I'm also going to die cut it out with white cardstock. I'm going to show you something that has something to do with that. So this is everything that we're going to die cut with the exception of the background piece. I will do that, and you know the drill. I'll be right back. Now I have everything die cut out, and I'm so excited because now we get to do some die cut dipping. The colors, again, that I'm using are these. And I chose these colors because it reminded me of a baby blanket that I had back in the 90s, 2000s. With Classic Pooh on there, and it was kind of like a real soft watercolory look, and I wanted to create the same thing. I didn't want to use watercolor cardstock for my image, for my focal point, but they're heavyweight cardstock, and I think they can hold up to die cut dipping. Probably saying, what is, for those of you who are new, you're probably saying, what's die cut dipping? Well, it's super fun. I'm going to put these to the side. I'm going to bring in my little craft mat. Okay, and what we're going to do is start off with saltwater taffy. I'm going to add some ink here, and then I'm going to use my spray bottle, add some water, very easy to do, and then taking my honey pot, my camera needs to focus, there we go. Now, taking my honey pot, I'm just going to dip it inside like that. I love the way that looks. I don't know what it is, I really just think it's so much fun. Okay, and that's all there is to that. You can, I do have my tweezers on hand just in case I need it. But that's all there is to die cut dipping. want to use your heat gun to help the drying process, but I'm going to let it air dry because it does look better when you air dry it. While these are drying, we're going to build our bumblebee. I'm going to take this piece that looks again like the belt buckle. We're just going to add a little bit of glue behind here, and this goes to the body of our bumblebee. And I didn't add any color to this because I don't think we need it. Now I die cut out the wings for my bumblebee to show you. I'm going to use the vellum, but I did want to share with you, the stripes on the bumblebee are, horizontal. So if you add the wings in the middle, like so, you don't see the bars on the left and the right, which makes it so cute. You can still see the stripes, but it's very easy to put together. Makes it really nice. Okay, so I'm gonna just hold that down with my tweezers. Now we're gonna build Pooh. We'll add his little nose. I think that's where it goes. Sometimes I have to refer to the packaging because I'm not sure there. Yep, that looks like I got it right. And then we have the little earpiece that goes here. And we'll just add this. Now for the eye, you could put a piece of black cardstock behind here because it is see-through. But what I'm going to do is bring in some black foam squares. You guys have seen me do this before. The black foam squares are going to do double duty. It's going to give me dimension, but it's also going to close his eye. Okay, and there is tackiness. Okay, but if you want to go over it with anti-static powder or just tap it a little bit, it'll take the tackiness away. No worries. Okay, now to build our little Pooh, I'm going to have him first. We're going to, let's see, which arm. Now you get to decide which arm you like better, on the top or on the bottom. And I'm going to add this one to the bottom. I'm going to have him holding his honey pot. Okay, and then with this leg, I'm going to pick out the better one. And I think I'm going to add this one behind my bear. He's going to be sitting down here. Now for this leg, we're going to pop him up with some foam squares. So that's our sweet little bear. Let's build our honey pot. We have the little honey. Okay, we'll layer our label for our honey pot right over its background. And I'm going to add some glue here, and then this goes tacked down right over our honey pot here. And then we'll add a little glue here, and then we can add our honey. And then I am going to add the lid also. So just a little glue, and then we can tack down the lid. I mean, how adorable is that? And that is all there is to our little honey pot. Okay, I'm going to remove the release paper off of his arm, and then I'm going to I'm going to do one more thing to my little Pooh Bear. I'm going to bring in my marker. This is my RV10, and I am going to rosy up his cheeks a little bit. Just because that's what I like to do. It looks really dark, but the alcohol will fade back. I lowered my honey pot a little bit. I may adjust this later on. We'll see. But that is our focal point. But he is so sweet. Okay, now we're going to move along to step number 2, and we're going to create our home panel. I have an A2 panel of some watercolor cardstock. This is actually my Canson XL. It comes in a pack like this. Okay, this is very nice watercolor cardstock. Nice and very heavy duty. It's a nice weight. It's a pad of paper. It's a big pad. The sheets are 9 by 12. Okay, I use this a lot, but Tim Holtz also has some A2 watercolor panels, but they're more white. I don't mind the ivory color of these. Okay, so I'm going to take this. I'm going to trim this down 3/4. I'm going to trim this down to a panel that's 3.5 inches wide by 5.5 inches tall. So basically I just took a 1/2 inch off there. Okay, and with the rough side up, that's where these Oxide inks come in. And bring back my little craft mat, starting off with tumbled glass. I'm going to add some ink. I'm going to add a little water here. And then I'm going to ink smush. Now I want my ink to go in a C shape. Okay, so I'm going to put blue up here, green down here, and I'm going to do a little fade here with pumice stone. My Pooh is going to go on this side, so I think a C is going to work out great. So let's add some watercolor here. A bit more here. And there we go. And that is all there is to my tumbled glass. Now with bundled sage, we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to bring in my water brush, and I'm going to help the ink along here. I don't want no harsh edges, so sometimes just doing a little tapping will work out great. And that's all I'm doing with my bundled sage. Okay, next we have pumice stone. I'm going to add a little ink here. We will add some water. Okay, and then I'm going to add a little tumbled glass, and using my water brush, we'll pick up some of this, and I'll do some splattering up on top with tumbled glass. And we'll do the same thing with bundled sage. Just add a little bit of splatter. And that is my ink smushed, splattered home panel. Okay, let's put our Oxide inks aside. We're going to move along to step number 3 and create our greeting. We'll let that dry. You could use your heat gun to dry it, but I'm just going to try and let it air dry. For my sentiment, we're using a Spellbinders Clear Stamp and Die of the Month Club kit called Nearest and Dearest. This has a whole bunch of sentiment strips that go with mom, dad, mom, son, and daughter. It has a die that will cut out those strips along with the greetings. I do already have a lot of sentiment strips, so I don't have to stamp it or die cut it because I have the sentiment strip. These were already made, and so I'm just going to pull a greeting. This one says Celebrate Big Today. I think that's going to go great with my card. Okay, I did put a foam strip behind here. And you know, this is part of Spellbinders Club kits, but sometimes if they have leftovers, they sell these individually in the shop with or without the dies. If I can find this set, Nearest and Dearest, I'll link it down below if you guys just want to check it out. Okay, so that will be my greeting. And now we're going to move along to step number 4 and create our background. My background is going to be using a embossing folder. The embossing folder that I'm using today is from Spellbinders, and it's called the Classic Pooh Birthday Numbers. Love this for birthday cards. And I have a piece of Spellbinders Seaside cardstock. This is a 5.5 inch tall panel by 2 inches. I'm going to take this and I'm going to emboss it. So we have a little imprint on that cardstock. I'm going to add some adhesive behind here. And I'm going to layer this right side up on my card base all the way to the left. And that's all I'm doing for my background. Now I'm going to take my home panel and then I'm going to layer this cute little guy as far to the right side as I can. Now I'm going to take my home panel, we're going to flip it around, I'm going to add some adhesive. I was going to pop it up with some more foam tape, but I think we have enough dimension on here. And I'm going to layer this. Now before we add our bumblebee and our greeting, I'm going to bring in some twine. I have some black and white baker's twine. And I always think black and white goes fabulous with bumblebees. So I'm going to add this right at the seam. tying a bow towards the top. And then we can add our little bumblebee. We'll add a little flutter here. And then I'm going to remove the release paper off of my sentiment, and I'm going to layer it here. Okay, lastly, I'm bringing in my corner rounder, and I'm going to have to open it up for this one because there's 2 layers. I'm going to round the corners on the top right. And now we're going to move along to step number 5, which means it's time to embellish. I'm using my Spellbinders Aura AB gems. These have a yellow tone to them, and I think it's going to just go work really well with Pooh. And I just want to add a couple. And that's all there is to my card today. This is one of those cards too where it would go great on a 5x7. So if you wanted to make the same panel, maybe just make it a little bit longer and stick it on a 5x7 card, I think Pooh is big enough to handle that, and that would work perfectly for a 5x7 card. But I hope this gives you a little inspiration. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you soon for another card making project. Bye-bye. Thanks so much for sticking with me to the end. I have 2 more videos that you guys might be interested here. If you guys are new and like the content that you see, click that subscribe button and also the notification bell. That way for future videos, be notified. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It sure does help the channel. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.